Now when my kids want something, and instead of asking for it, they say, "Dad, how can I earn it?" Imagine that. Step 3 is about turning skills into income, because the only thing that builds real confidence is when someone pays you for it. Parents can cheer their kids on all day, but the real confidence comes the first time someone says, "Hey, I'll pay you for that." So now your kid knows how to think about work, and they've got somewhere to direct their efforts. The skill has to produce documented income, meaning someone has to find it valuable enough to pay for it. That is documented income. You can't just build confidence in your children by telling them that they are talented or smart or creative. Pretty soon, they're going to realize that in the real world, it may not be true. So now, do they believe the real world, or do they believe the affirmation that you gave them? It comes from proof, and it is our job to help stack massive proof for themselves so that they can believe that they are who they say they are. And more importantly, they believe that they are who you say they are. Let me tell you what I did with my son. He was interested in writing, so I found him a ghostwriting course online, and he took it. Mind you, he was just 13 when he did this, and he focused on learning to write on Twitter and Threads. After he had learned the skills, I asked him to start writing some of my Twitter and Threads posts as a ghostwriter. He studied my topics, he learned my voice, and he was my ghostwriter for a year. We set up a bank account in his name, and he received payment for the number of posts that he wrote. This is how he could see that the skill he had learned would make him money. We filed a tax return for the income that he received, and he started to understand how taxes work. But the coolest part about all of this was that he started seeing himself as a professional. It created professional pride. And that mentality is exactly what changes how they see money. Not as something that you ask for, but as something that you earn by being really good at something. Now when my kids want something, and instead of asking for it, they say, "Dad, how can I earn it?" Imagine that. So here's how you can use this lesson. Ask yourself, what skill does my kid have that someone would pay for today? Not eventually, not someday, but today. Once you've identified the skill, find one person who will pay for it. It can even be you to start. Structure the work with real deadlines and real documented payment, because what you're doing is teaching them to see their skill as a currency. You're training them to look at what they can do and ask, who else could benefit from this? So now that my son Neil has documented income, where does it go? Now that skill, that ghostwriting income, is being converted into real ownership, into real assets, inside a structure that actually belongs to him. And because we filed a tax return, Neil sees exactly what he earned, exactly what he owes, and exactly what he keeps. That's the proof that he's operating at a real level as a 14-year-old.